Marjorie Greene, for her, this is about fame and publicity. It's about all that, right? So she wants to get the camera time. So she's going to keep pushing this because it keeps getting her mentioned and getting her on the news, right? Here's the thing they never get. All the right-wing total nut jobs, right? We have some on the left too, but we basically just sort of ignore them. Most of them are selling pencils out of a cup on the street corner. We don't put them in Congress, right? What happens though is when you do that, now they're kind of in a position where they have to kind of always out crazy each other. Otherwise they lose relevance, they lose meaning. And so what ends up happening is it's like Highlander rules, right? There can be only one, so they all have to fucking eat each other alive. And that's what's happening. And that's why all these people are bailing, so it's just a fucking piranha pit on the left side, on the right side of the house. So it's like, they're doing it. And just to give you a great example of that, because I know you were worried that Lauren Boebert's not going to get reelected and we wouldn't have any crazy people to talk about. You were so wrong, Lacey. We have plenty. So here's the majority report, and they're kind of going over some of this stuff. But the first clip is going to be Nancy Mace talking about this. Now, Nancy Mace is another crazy. Go ahead.
I got to say, if we're going to go with, the film and television references, I should have known we wouldn't run out of ones to talk about, because I'm thinking back in the days of like the whole Buffy the Vampire Slayer thing. She'll slay the crap out of one and like 5 more appear. So I think the Republican crazy situation is basically that, one disappears and like 5 more appear. Yeah. So I don't think we're going to run out. Right. I think we don't need to worry. There will be plenty.
Well, except for there's no Buffy here. I mean, it's just they're slaying each other. I mean,
we could use ourselves a Buffy in there to like whack-a-mole, like pop one down.
Stick some stakes into some vampires. Yeah. Anyway, so let's skip over here. So Nancy Mace. So here's your next vampire, Nancy Mace, and this is the majority report. They're going to talk about it. I'm just going to let them go because that's pretty funny.
McCarthy, who there was rumors, wasn't there, about Bartiromo and Kevin McCarthy?
Yep.
And so here we go.
And rumors of, again, just little breadcrumbs that Kevin McCarthy had been in the past, had gotten into some situations, maybe where he was speaking to other women in a certain way. There were rumors about affairs, of course, unconfirmed. And Nancy Mace seemed to have a particularly personal grievance with Kevin McCarthy.
Where are you on Mike Johnson? Do you want to see change in terms of these CRs? Marjorie Taylor Greene says she's ready to take a motion to vacate the chair. Where are you on this issue, Congresswoman?
Oh, I don't support the motion to vacate the chair. In fact, the motion that was filed wasn't privileged, and so we're actually not even going to vote on it. And so, Mike Johnson was dealt a bad hand. The former speaker, disgraced former speaker, set up a lot of bad deals, including that debt ceiling deal where this stems from.
Kevin McCarthy is not disgraced.
I consider him disgraced, absolutely.
Why?
Have you heard of this?
So they all have to talk shit about each other. That's the whole point. So she's talking shit about the previous speaker, and part of it's because he had some issues where he's kind of a sexist, and there was issues of affairs and shit, and that's what they were talking about before. But she's got to trash him because she's got to get on the board here where, okay, Greene's going after Johnson, but I'm Nancy Mason. I want to get on television. So I'm going to say, well, I'm against Greene, and it's not really Johnson's fault. I'm going to defend him. It's Kevin McCarthy's fault, who's a piece of shit. And so, once again, she has to attack Marjorie now and go back and forth and attack everybody else because there can be only one. Only one Maga. So
wow, people, just wow.
I'm going to get back into this real quick.
This is like Republican girls gone wild, They're going to be all like flying each other's eyes out and...
Yeah, it's more like a reality television, yeah. Here we go.
Jerry.
Oh, hang on.
to the conference. He lied over and over again.
Come on,
he had a lot of bad deals, including the debt ceiling bill last year.
That he lied.
Absolutely.
But the bottom line on Ukraine funding, are you going to vote to send money to Ukraine? That's what Mike Johnson says he's going to bring to the floor.
Kevin McCarthy recruited a puppet to run against me in my Republican primary. You can go to puppetcatherine.com. He recruited somebody that can't win a general election in a purple district. Yes, he's a disgraced former speaker.
That just cracks me up. Okay, he's disgraced. I hate him. Blah blah blah. Okay, fine, whatever. It's not true, but okay, whatever. Now, how are you going to do it in Ukraine funding? Kevin McCarthy is still a disgrace, and he's a piece of shit.
Okay, so you know what's sort of funny about this? It's the Republican Party has gone so bonkers that this is a Fox program that we're looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Fox business, and clearly this Maria of the Mornings with Maria is clearly, she's clearly going after and not supporting this other Republican congresswoman here. She's not supporting her at all. And so when even Fox is like going after a Republican or like making them look not credible, you know the Republican Party has been so split in so many different directions and has gone so crazy that Fox can't even get behind them all. Normally Fox would just be like blanket behind them all, you know?
Well, Nancy Mace, to remind everybody, so this is really kind of what's happened. So Maria Bartiromo, actually at one point in her, I think in her 20s and early 30s, Maria Bartiromo was a really great financial journalist. Now she's a joke on Fox Business. Right? And so her career's got to tank. This is all that's left for her. She used to be a rising star, now she's just a cautionary tale. Nancy Mace, on the other hand, is a total joke. Nancy Mace, her staff, one of her staff members that quit, leaked out that she told them she wants 5 cable hits a day. She wants to be on TV more than she wants to be in Congress because she hasn't done shit while she's in Congress. She did the one thing where, what was it? She wore the Scarlet Letter. She wore a red A on her T-shirt. So I'm wearing the Scarlet Letter from the book because they won't let me speak. And everybody was laughing because it's like, you've never read the Scarlet Letter because that's not what that's about. The A is for adultery, not for not being able to speak. Fucking idiot.
Yeah, like, what the hell did you think the A was about?
But you see that there's 2 of them together, but they're clawing at each other because they have to be the ultimate. And it's always like the women always go after each other, and it's always like the black conservatives always have to eat each other alive, right? It's because it's like I'm a woman and a conservative, so I'm a woman who believes that women shouldn't have rights. Or I'm a black conservative. I'm a black guy who's a conservative because I believe black people shouldn't be able to vote. It's just the weirdest shit. So they have to eat each other alive. Because everybody else is cannibalizing on their money. So we're going to go back into this because they're eating each other. Now we're going to go back to Marjorie Taylor Greene and some of her bullshit with basically how she's kind of rat fucking the Republican Party to try and get more fame and attention. Right? And so they're going to cover this again. So back to Sam and Emma on the Majority Report.
It is a happy coincidence, though, and I would leave the speculation of stuff like that to Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is trying to understand why her Christian nationalist that they finally all settled on, the guy who doesn't have a bank account that provides any interest, because, of course, why would you need that? I guess he's all cash, or maybe he just, I don't know. But here's Marjorie Taylor Greene complaining to Tucker Carlson, who does apparently still have a show.
Will vote for it as well. And this isn't a Republican speaker we have right now. This is a Democrat speaker of the House, because there is zero daylight between what Nancy Pelosi did last Congress and what Mike Johnson is doing now as our so-called Republican Speaker of the House.
Yeah, Mike Johnson's just like Nancy Pelosi.
Stroke? Yes, because Nancy Pelosi's definitely sharing porn apps with her kids.
And I'll tell you something else. Nancy Pelosi is heavily known for insider trading. And this guy won't even get an interest-bearing savings account because it's usury and it's against the Bible. While Nancy Pelosi was cheating the system. Top of the fact, Nancy Pelosi passed, several hundred bills the last time she was a speaker. This guy hasn't passed shit, except for to stop government shutdowns that they're creating.
Yep, they're definitely the same.
Yeah. God, it's just amazing. But see, she's got to attack him. They're just eating each other alive. And the thing about it is it's insane because it's like, you guys only have one vote majority. And they're eating each other because they're not interested in governing. They're interested in being famous or being rich or getting ahead. And they're using this as the platform. And the upside is, and they've said this before, the Republicans in the House and the Republicans in the Senate, they don't want to be in the majority. Because if you're in the majority, people expect you to do shit like pass bills. They expect you to deliver for the American people. They don't want to do that. They just want to bitch and moan and get on TV. So it doesn't do them any good to be in the majority. So that might be that they're shooting themselves in the foot for a reason. But yeah, and I love Tucker's face here. I mean, he always looks like a fucking idiot. Like he's confused. Like he's pooping, but it feels weird, right? Like, it's just the weirdest shit with this guy. We'll watch the rest of this real quick, and then we'll wrap up.
It's just an amazing thing to see. Will he take a call from you?
I'm planning to speak with him on Friday, and I'm very much looking forward to that.
Oh,
It's just interesting that he's talking, and a lot of people in the media are talking. We haven't been able to talk to, but to Zelensky, who's a foreigner, with his own interests, of course, but not an American, and certainly not, we hope, a voter in this country. But all these people take calls from Zelensky and are swayed by him. Is it a little weird to see an American Speaker of the House pay closer attention to a foreign leader or a number of different foreign leaders than he would to his own voters and colleagues in the House, in our legislative body?
So, what they keep getting back to is, this whole thing is, right now about this is, one, he avoided the government shutdown, but part of that was, and what she's pissed about, and what Nancy Mace was kind of alluding, or Bartiromo was alluding to Nancy Mace, was part of what the Republicans are pissed about is they're talking about aid to Ukraine for the war. So we're going to get into her last little response here on that.
Absolutely, especially considering Mike Johnson has completely changed his character in a matter of about 5 months after he has become Speaker of the House. Mike Johnson is a Christian. He called himself a conservative, always has been. He's a Republican member, but yet here we are after the minibus was passed just almost 2 weeks ago in Washington, and now with the $60 billion going to a war in Ukraine that 70% of Americans do not support it. That's the most recent polling. 70% of Americans and the majority of Republicans do not support funding Ukraine. People want to see a peace deal in Ukraine, not murdering more Ukrainians and more Russians. This needs to end. But no, Mike Johnson has made a complete departure of who he is.
So, it's all horseshit. The thing with Ukraine is Ukraine has been invaded by Russia. They're repelling them. We're supporting them. Russia's our enemy. Right? The Russian government is an enemy of the United States. Putin's an enemy.
Well, apparently she just wants to have a tea party with Russia.
Yeah. She wants to be in bed with Putin and Trump and all that. Her dream three-way.
Oh, God. I do not want to see the political cartoon for that.
It'd be some ugly kids. Plus, it'd probably be the greatest 4 seconds of her life. Anyway, so...
No, I have nightmares tonight, thank you.
Yeah, sorry about that. Well, the whole thing with Ukraine is it's the 70% of Americans are against it. That's bullshit. That's not true at all. Maybe 70% of Republicans. But the bottom line is they're repelling an invader. So, yeah, plus they're going to be a phenomenal ally going forward in the future. So helping them out is only in our best interest. Plus, it's one of those deals where Mike Johnson's like, you can't have a government shutdown on his watch during an election year, because at this point, they've played that card so many times, everybody knows it's their fault. They can't play that card and then blame the president like they've done in the past. like they did to Obama. Because now this is, what did we say it was last time? This is like the fifth. Oh no, this is like the 8th or 9th time this year. I mean, it's like a bunch of times just in the last year they've almost shut down the government. That's all they've done. Threaten to shut down the government, and then the speaker has to go beg the Democrats to bail him out. And that's their whole shtick. And then Marjorie Taylor Greene and the other dipshits get upset with the speaker because he doesn't let the government fail and people not get their Social Security checks and postmen not get their paychecks and federal officers and the military not get paid. I mean, remember, I don't know if you kids remember when we had the sequester deal under Obama that was really short-lived during that government shutdown. They shut it down for a few days. The FAA shut down, so you couldn't fly anywhere. Right? And people were fucking pissed. And that was the thing that pissed off the voters the most. And then, of course, immediately the Republicans caved. Because the voters were like, we can't travel, we can't get anything done, IRS is closed. These people are idiots. So, yeah, we'll see who's left. Because there can be only one. They're going to cut each other's heads off until the end of time. So...
Kind of seems like it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we're kind of out of time here, so we're going to wrap up. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Lacey, where can everybody catch you?
As always, you can catch me at mysensewithsense.com. You can find my articles, courses, workshops I do. You can email us for more information about them, or you could send us some topic requests, some fabulous clips you find you want us to look at, or invite yourself on to talk with us. Duncan, how can they do that?
Yeah, just email us at gossipfinancead@outlook.com. It's down below in the link, plus links to Lacey's blog and site. Yeah, that's it for today. Thanks everybody for watching us. Please like and subscribe and all that jazz if you liked it. We'll catch you next time.